Hey, everybody. It's the Title IX podcast on the Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network. I'm Steph Copley here with my friend and beauty, Alisa Woods. Hey, girl.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
The entire podcast network is fueled by Cody Road, and we are here again in studio at the Wild Rose Casino and Resort Studio. Happy to be here on a Monday evening. Do you think when
That's such a radio thing to say. Happy to be here.
Do you think when the Ivy College of Business agreed to sponsor this podcast, they were ready for us to talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift to start off the pod?
I was dying to know what you would start with because you were there.
I was there.
You were there at Arrowhead. Tell us. Okay, you finished the intro, and then I'm dying to know what you think.
All right, well, pretty much intro's done, except we need to thank our friends at the Ivy College of Business at Iowa State for their ongoing support of the podcast, including when we talk gossip about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Yes, they're here for us always.
Always.
I had heard rumors as we were tailgating that she was going to be there.
As had I.
And it was just kind of like, of course there's these rumors. And then those rumors came from like a better source and then a better source. And then it was like, oh, Lordy. She's here. And then like you see the players come in and they're waving. And I didn't see this happen, but I saw online all these guys on the sideline looking up at the Kelce suite. And they're like, oh, she's here.
That's crazy.
And I have just been so amused with social media the last 24 hours. This is why Twitter exists. This is the exhibit A of why Twitter can never go away.
Right.
Yeah.
So I saw about it on Dumont,
which is your source for breaking news.
Which is my source for breaking celebrity news.
Right.
Maybe breaking all news. But I heard about it like a week before anyone was talking about it. And I tweeted about that and Kim Kardashian dating OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah. I know that we've just lost probably 60% of our listeners.
It's fine.
The moment that I said that.
We care about the loyal ones anyway.
So I tweeted about that. And then like a week later, people are like, oh, guys. And I was like, yeah, I
told
tweeted
y'all
about that. And I got like 4 likes.
No one was paying attention.
No.
Yeah.
What I also tweeted about was, how many people do you think are gonna dress up like them for Halloween?
Oh, yeah. It's okay.
So
it's
many.
The top 2 costumes are Barbie and Ken and Travis and Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this today on the way back from Arrowhead. What do we call Travis and Taylor?
Okay. I have also thought about this.
Of course you have.
So they both start with T.
Uh-huh.
So it has to be T Quift.
Oh, no, that's not good.
T Seltzy. Seltzy.
I've already seen a Traylor. That's the
okay.
one that I've seen.
I have Traylor, Tavis, Swiftsy, and that's it. None of them are great.
No.
Like
Traylor's good.
I like
Traylor's
Traylor.
but that just isn't. I don't know.
Where does the R come from?
Travis.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the best. I don't know. The internet has been so good.
Okay,
but not with this one piece. This is my one piece of disappointment.
I think Traylor. That's going to have to be it.
My favorite tweet so far and I've just been combing the internet, okay, is it's nice that Taylor Swift is visiting her stadiums while they turn into Mojo Dojo Casa houses for the football season.
What?
Because it combines
Yeah.
Taylor and Barbie.
Yeah.
And there's like a very small group of people who will understand that reference.
Yeah.
But if you do, you belong here at this table.
I have not seen Barbie.
But do you get the Mojo Dojo?
No.
Okay. All right. I'll explain it to you later.
But it sounded really funny
Thank
when you said it.
Thank you.
And I'm sure there are a lot of people laughing right now.
I'm sure there are. But I just like, what? Can you believe we're actually here? Can you believe we're here?
Do you think that it's real, or do you think that somebody said that Travis Kelce was born in 1989 and this is like her promo for her 1989?
Well, he rolls up to the game. I hate Travis Kelce's attire. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know who's dressing him. It's not good. But he rolls up in this outfit where it's like got the 1989 blue. I found out later that designer called the outfit a 1989 bedroom. That's the name of the outfit. Clearly, I mean, he was all in. Yeah. And then here's what I've confirmed. And by confirmed, I mean I've found it in 3 tweets on the internet. He rented out a restaurant after,
heard that.
and they were together having a really good time.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, is it manufactured? I don't know, but it seems like they're very much enjoying themselves, and I'm going to enjoy it. I am personally invested. We're all personally invested. My children are stressed because they love Taylor and Travis, and they both are, at 8 and 5, they're smart enough to know this isn't going to end well.
Yeah.
And they're terrified for Travis.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably somebody posted about it and then they're like, let's just run with it and get the attention
and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's good for you.
I feel like it could be one of those things where they're like, hey, if we aren't married by the time we're 35.
Did you have a person like that?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No. Did you?
Yeah, but it wasn't like, it was like in 7th grade when you say that, you know?
And how old was it that you had to get to?
I don't remember, 35 or 40, which in 7th grade, you're like, that's
Yeah.
old.
I know. If
Yeah.
I make it to 27 and then you're like 26 sweating bullets.
Right.
Like, oh no.
Yeah. I'm in it. I'm here for it. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
I want it to end amicably.
I'm not like a Taylor Swift person
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Just never really got into her, which is fine.
Yeah.
I think that you don't have to hate me for it, Swifties.
Aiden's giving you a
I
thumbs
know.
down.
I just when I hear music, I'm like,
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But I've heard some people calling her like Travis Kelce like went for this mid girl or she's a 6 or whatever, and I'm like, I don't think that's fair.
That's not, I mean, she's
Like,
a billionaire. She's going to
she
be a
has
billionaire at the time.
A lot of money.
Right. And
She
she's self-made.
Right. And she's pretty.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah. Give me a break. He's walking around with
Right.
this creepy stash and bad outfits. If anybody's the 6 here, it's Travis.
Travis Kelce, however, this is where we're going to differ
Okay.
because he is hot. He's a 14 or 17.
Ooh, a 14 or a 17?
Yeah. 14 or 17.
I mean, good. I'm happy for her. I think he's a good catch.
Yeah.
I think, but in my mind, they're equal on the scale.
See,
it's not
in
like
my mind, she's richer and he's hotter.
Okay.
And so then they meet in the middle.
Sure. I can accept that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fair, reasonable take on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aiden, how do you feel about this? You're a Swiftie.
So I am about as submerged into Swiftie Twitter as you can be.
Yeah. Same.
And the stars are aligning. I mean,
Tell us more.
So she said the 1989 thing.
Yeah.
Did you know that Travis Kelce was also born on the same day as Taylor Swift's grandma Marjorie, who played a big role in her life?
Stop.
That's what the streets are saying. Taylor Swift is living a movie.
It is. It's like a rom-com.
Have any of these, what do they call them?
Easter eggs?
Easter eggs. Have any of them ever been true?
Yes.
Most of them are. She doesn't do anything for no reason.
She's really not kidding. Alisa, like, I'm being dead ass serious. She is so smart about the stuff she plants.
So
Yes.
did she purposely ask him to get 69 yards, or is that his Easter egg?
That's him flirting.
That's his little
It's just
Easter
little-
egg.
His
little
Easter
sup.
egg.
Little
Sup.
sup.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Anyway, as my child has been saying that all the time.
Sup.
Anyway.
Oh, anyway.
And I was like, can you stop saying
Anyway.
that? She's like, would you rather me say anywho? I'm like, no, stick with anyway.
Right. At that point, it doesn't matter. Well, with that, we've covered everything we had to talk
I
about.
was going to say.
We'll see you in a couple
This
weeks.
is literally all I had for who won was to debate which of them won. And so I'm like, I got to pull some more content for this pod, friends. We also played a football game.
I know. Okay, let's talk about that. All right. So
Just a couple
we
days
did.
ago.
But it feels like decades ago. It feels like eras. See what I
Yeah.
did there?
Eras.
Feels like eras ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, Iowa State did in fact win a football game on Saturday, which has all been overshadowed.
Right.
No one cares.
So how do you feel about us wearing black for this game?
It came out of nowhere for me.
Okay.
I was not expecting it. It feels I know what you want to say, so I'm trying to be careful not to step on your toes. It felt like a little bit of a like, let's throw everything we got, like everything in the fridge. Let's put it together and see if we can get a meal out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But frankly, it worked. So whatever.
It worked.
Yeah.
I think I texted you about
Yeah, you
this.
did.
I felt like it was like we're playing Texas and it's the opening drive and we get a field goal. And so they play the juicy wiggle. Because it's like, this is your only mother freaking chance.
This is where we go. It's all downhill.
This
from
is
here.
the only chance that you have to wear a believable all black.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely accurate.
And I just and everyone, all of the coaches were so pumped and excited after the game. And I was just not.
I was, because the not is fair. I mean, we beat a really bad Oklahoma State team. Like, what did we actually change? The reason I was excited and left there feeling somewhat positive, and by somewhat positive, I'm like, we won a game we should have won, was that for once in a long while, the coaches looked at themselves and said, we have to change something.
Okay.
And there was not the digging in of these catchphrases and winning in the margins when we're not winning in the margins. There was no talk of a farce or a myth this time around. They looked at themselves and had an honest, we got to change something.
Yes.
Which is why Rocco ended up with, 300 and some yards of passing yards.
Yes.
And so to that, I give them kudos.
Yes. And what was the whole air raid thing? Was that just them saying?
I think that was them giving themselves a nod of this is what we're going to have to do going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, we cannot run the ball.
Yeah.
We tried to run the ball again on Saturday and we
What's
did
the
not.
deal with trying to run it up the middle? Could we run it around the sides?
But that's not working either. Because our guys like juke and they're not, there's no line to juke through.
Yeah.
So I think there was this, come to Jesus moment of we are going to play the air raid this season and we're going to buy in and own it and go for it.
Great.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Saturday. We
Yeah.
won. It is funny though. Like I came out of that game with feeling good. Like, all right, we did what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I just kind of thought to myself, this is so much more fun when we win.
Yeah.
I mean, it is miserable when you're awful. And it is just incredible how much one win changes things. And now we're 1-0 in the conference.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Do you have winners and losers from the Iowa State game?
So I have a loser.
Okay.
The loser that I had was that play where we had Bacon at like cornerback after he had played middle linebacker so well, and then he gets burned because he's a linebacker. What are you doing all the way out there? Who put him out there?
The person who put him out there is the loser.
I mean, unfortunately, he was the loser by no fault of his own,
Right.
unless he chose to go out
Right.
there, which he doesn't. But and it led to a touchdown. And that was the moment where I was like, these aren't the margins.
Right.
We're in the main document here.
Yeah. Yes. Very much so.
We're in the main document and we can't be making main document mistakes. Like, let's forget the margins because we're not even there.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
Let's bring it back to basics and let's get the basics right first. And then we'll worry about
The margins.
the
spaces after the period.
If I'm being completely honest, I have no idea what that means. And I don't understand it. And I think it's kind of dumb.
I think you just explained it. I think you explained where we are. We just have to stop that
It's
conversation
just like,
now.
we don't need to do anything special.
The little things don't matter right now because the big things are so bad.
We don't need to do something special because we just need to do something
Ordinary.
right.
Yes, I agree with you.
Just the ordinary, do it correctly. And that was one mistake. I don't know how that happened or what that play is.
I will be honest, I didn't notice this.
It led to a touchdown.
Yeah.
Directly, he caught a pass over him and they scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it was like, what is going on here? The tides have totally like swung because of this one seemingly massive, like boneheaded.
Yeah.
Is that what you're just
I was
going to say?
that.
Like boneheaded mistake. And so that was the major loser to me, where I was just like, oh, like our punter's doing great. Let's see if he can also like be our athletic trainer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, see if he can sing the national anthem, maybe. Maybe he can.
Maybe he can.
Maybe he'll be a
Let's
flop.
find out.
Like, why don't we just let the punter punt?
Yeah.
And why don't we just let the linebackers
Line back.
line back?
My loser was, this is going to sound really bad, but I have to explain it.
Okay.
Everyone who stayed away because of the threat of severe weather.
Yes.
I'm not calling them losers.
Right.
I'm saying they missed
lost.
out. They
Yes.
lost because it ended up being,
Yes.
but I am not criticizing anyone. It was a weird day. It didn't feel right. It just felt like at any moment things could have shifted, but
Yes.
I just thought that was a bummer for the people who
Yes.
stayed home because of that.
Definitely. And I was actually thinking that the winners were the people who
Braved it out.
braved it out
Yeah.
because it ended up being kind of a
Nice
beautiful
day.
day.
Right.
And the people who got to tailgate
Yes.
all day and
Right.
stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm almost looking ahead to winners, and we're going to tailgate for the TCU game. And I'm like, will there not be a lot of people tailgating? It's going to be a late game.
Yeah.
Might be a really nice day.
Yeah, it could be beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, guys. You could be a winner here.
You could be a winner here. My winners were Chase Contreras for his monster leg on Saturday.
Yeah.
He was named the Big 12 Special Team Player of the Week for his 2 field goals, and he went 4 for 4 of extra points. So
Yes.
that was quite the turnaround.
What
from
was
the week
his
before.
longest field goal? Was it?
51.
Okay.
Yeah. So he had a 51-yarder and a 46-yarder.
He's had a couple really long ones.
Yeah, he has. So that's nice to see. We need to
Yes.
keep that consistent.
Yes. He seems to also not carry the last game
Yes,
with him.
right.
Even the last punt with him. Like a short memory.
We
I
just
dig
need
that.
we need consistent kicking if we're going to play the way we're playing.
Yes.
Yes.
Consistent kicking would be main document.
Main document, indeed. My other winner was Rocco. We already mentioned it,
Yeah.
but completed 27 to 38 passes for 348 yards, no interceptions, 3 touchdowns. That's a really good day.
Yeah.
He has not been the problem. He has been a breath of fresh air, and I hope that he continues to grow and get more mature on the field before our eyes.
Yes. Agreed.
Do you have anything else more football related?
Football, no.
All right, let's pop over to the Cyclone volleyball.
Let's pop over there.
So last weekend, with a win over West Virginia, Christy Johnson Lynch notched her 193rd conference victory, which is now the 5th highest total by a volleyball head coach in Big 12 league history. Woofda!
I love that.
I'm really proud of her. She's been around for a long time, and Iowa State this year is 11-2 on the season, 2-0 in conference play, and they head to Baylor this weekend, who is ranked number 18. So it'll be a good test.
So the Big 12 for volleyball, there's like 4 or 5 teams ranked in the top 25. We're ranked 25th.
Yep.
It's a really good.
It has been for a long
very,
time.
very good conference. But this last game against West Virginia was incredible. They hit over 400. I think they hit 417. Yeah.
Percentage?
And that was the first time since September 13th, 2019 that they've hit over 400.
That's fantastic.
So incredible. 4 Cyclones with over 10 attempts hit at 430 or greater. Maya Duckworth had,
Maya.
17 kills.
What a stud.
The whole team had 54 kills. That's major. She had 10 digs as well. 30 digs on the team. Only 2 aces, which kind of surprised me with that game. But that also tells you that they're not, like, a team that can't handle a serve is going to be a really, really bad team. That tells you that West Virginia could handle the serve. And then once they can handle the serve, then there isn't as much of you're not as much on offense anymore.
Right.
You know, there's not as much of an advantage once the team has handled the serve.
And if you aren't watching Cyclone Volleyball on Twitter, you should be.
Yes.
Alisa and I have talked about this a lot, but it seems like Iowa State Volleyball is on the let's have fun with Twitter train.
Yeah.
And their celebrations have been so much fun. And they're
Yes.
getting some play nationally. So highly recommend you check them out. It seems like a very fun team.
If you enjoyed Cyclone softball,
Yes,
Twitter
same vibe.
last year, same vibe.
Yes, absolutely. It's a lot of
Definitely.
fun. In other Cyclone news, 11-time All-American Betsy Sano won the Sydney Marathon last Sunday, and she was in Ames this past week for her Hall of Fame induction. She ran the Sydney Marathon in 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 47 seconds. I went back to look at her Iowa State career. 3-time NCAA champion from 2012 to 2013, 11-time All-American, like I mentioned, 2-time Iowa State Female Athlete of the Year. I mean, I could sit here for the next 20 minutes and read her accolades, but I am always in awe of someone who can cruise through a marathon that quickly. So pretty awesome.
Incredible.
Yes. And I don't know. It's always fun to see those Hall of Fame inductees be badass women as well.
Definitely.
I have some, I don't know how you want to handle this. We can go to our shout outs and then,
I wanted to mention softball really quick.
Go
so
for
they
it.
finished their regular season. They're headed into fall ball.
Yes.
Their game on Wednesday against DMAC got pushed back to Thursday this week.
Fall ball.
Yeah. So if you're interested in going out to those games, they're free to go to the games. It's incredible.
And this time of year is awesome because it's not, I mean, it's going to be like 85 degrees.
Yeah.
So go out, enjoy those beautiful fall days before they're gone.
I actually think I'm a week behind.
Because we were supposed to record last week and I messed up your life.
No, that's okay. So yeah, they played last week they should have played on the 20th. Would that have been Wednesday?
All I know is that last week I had to do single mom duty for a couple nights while Ben traveled, and basically I've lost complete track of time.
Their full schedule is on cyclones.com. So check it out. Fall ball is fun. It's interesting and fun, and it's just fun to go out to the games. They're free. They're family friendly.
Yes.
So
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Do we want to take a quick break now and get into our shout outs and a fun little segment we're going to add?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a quick break. But first, we want to shout out our friend Hope Wood. She has her wonderful Will in a Day program. And Alisa, get this, she is celebrating her 10th anniversary where she hung a shingle, started out being a lawyer on her own. It's her 10th anniversary, and we're here to celebrate her. Check her out at hopewoodjd.com. Use the code FANATIC for $50 off your Will in a Day program. Okay, my favorite part of the podcast, shout out.
Shout them out.
My girl, Megan Rapinoe, played her final match for the U.S. Women's National Team over the weekend in a friendly against South Africa. We've talked about her at length on this podcast, so I'm not going to read her accolades one by one, but I will say, and if you disagree with me, I'll climb across the table and claw your eyes out. She has made women's soccer better, and she's made the country better, and she's brought so much attention to equality and LGBTQ rights and just social issues in general that I think she's going to be one of those people that in 30 years we look at like, is this our Billie Jean King of soccer? So shout out to my girl. She's going to finish out the National Women's Soccer League season, and then she's hanging it up for good. Sad.
How do you feel about that?
I think it was time. Yeah. So I'm sad that she won't be, I'm sure she'll still be around the sport. I'm sad that she won't be the main face of the sport anymore, but I'm okay with it, you know? Like it was time.
Definitely. So I don't have a ton of shout outs. I'm looking through my shout outs and they're all kind of a little bit old.
I have one for you. I'm going to shout you out. Your girl Coco.
Won
the U.S. Open.
Yeah. Wait, have we not
No, we
recorded
haven't.
since?
No.
Okay.
I know. But I want to shout you out because you mentioned her like 2 months ago and you were like, guys, she's going to make a run for it.
Pretty serious.
And this is outdated, but she's 19 years old. She's the first American to win the U.S. Open since 1999. But the coolest part, and we try to keep you up to date with all of these amazing viewership numbers, but this year's U.S. Open finals were the most viewed women's final of any major event ever on ESPN at 3.4 million viewers. And that was 1.3 million more viewers than the men's Open final match.
You mentioned Billie Jean King earlier. I heard Coco say, thanks for fighting for equal pay for this because they get the same amount of prize money.
Right.
She like said something like, hey, thanks for.
Yeah, just a little shout out.
Yeah, she was right there near her and she just said like, hey, I just want to say thanks for.
And it was interesting. This one felt different. For whatever reason, it got a lot of social media play and a lot of celebrities mentioned it. I mean, Bubba Wallace, who's a NASCAR driver, shouted out Coco in his post-race interview. And that's just not something I've ever seen before. Yeah. So it's cool to see the momentum building.
Yeah. And it was kind of interesting. I think that take it for what it is. But the last two people that she played complained a lot about how the crowd was against them. And Coco's on her home turf.
But also like deal with it. I don't know.
And I've just never heard anyone complain like that before.
That's strange.
And it's like, what were you expecting?
Welcome to sports.
Yeah. What were you expecting? You don't go to Baylor and expect them to be cheering for Iowa State.
Right. That's fairly strange.
And so it was just, I was kind of like, what is this here?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Let's keep an eye on that, friends.
We shall. This will make you happy. BFF of the pod, Alexis Ohanian, which is the husband of Serena Williams, was very, very out there and adamant about Coco and saying that, you know, it's long been the case that women's tennis has been very, very popular, as much popularity as men's, and it's good to see these numbers finally roll in. Did you happen to see the Drake women's soccer team? The flip-in?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I heard about it.
So Zoe
Tell me about
Mahoney.
it. Yeah.
This was a big trend in like the 90s where you do the flip, you literally flip to throw in the ball. So she did it and she threw the sucker into the goal.
And it
against
has to
UNI.
and it has to be touched by somebody, and the goalie touched
it.
it.
She tipped it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Unreal. I've watched it so many times. I actually watched it again today when we were preparing for the pod, and my girls were like, how?
Like if the goalie wouldn't have touched it, it wouldn't have counted.
And then the craziest part is she did it again later in the week, and someone, a Drake girl, like her foot just nicked it and it went in. So
wow.
It's magic.
I love that.
Kim Mulkey.
Why do we?
She had her statue unveiled.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
I didn't
Louisiana
see
Tech.
this.
She was point guard there from 80 to 84. And I just have a bigger bone to pick. Why are we still doing statues of people when they're alive? Like, have we not learned anything? Wait until after they die.
Yeah.
Let all the stuff come out of the closet.
Yeah.
Is it a statue or a scarecrow?
Ooh, that was Aiden, guys. That was Aiden. Don't
That's
come for
twice.
us. That was Aiden.
That was another mic drop. That's twice in 2 episodes he's gotten us.
Gosh.
That was really good, Aiden. I'm just going to move on from there. We have some viewership rapid fires.
Viewership, what does that mean?
That means like amazing record-breaking numbers.
Oh, okay.
Last week's Husker volleyball against Stanford volleyball. It was a 4-5 matchup. It was the most watched regular season match on ESPN platforms on record.
That's interesting.
I know. Volleyball is like the next big thing.
Say that again on ESPN what?
So it was the most watched regular season match on any ESPN platform on record.
So that doesn't include like ABC. It just ESPN, ESPNU.
Well, actually, no, it would. It would include
Would it?
Yep. So that's 500,000 viewers who watched number 4 Nebraska defeat number 5 Stanford. Nebraska remains undefeated. They are the real deal.
Yeah.
This is cool. I keep track of these stats throughout the weeks while we're preparing for the podcast. And this was one of those weeks where it was like, yes, 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 for all of the records. 2023 WNBA regular season, the most watched in guess how long? Guess.
7 years.
17 years.
Wow.
I know.
I was close.
It was up-
sevens.
Yeah, super close. Up 18% on average from last year. And it was also the most viewed regular season game on cable since 1999. Guess which game it was?
I have no idea.
Brittany
I don't
Griner's
have a
return.
good- Oh.
Yeah. And lastly, National Women's Soccer League. This season has not yet completed, but there is a record 1 million fans engaging on social media platforms for 2023. Angel City Football Club is reported to be worth over $100 million. Average teams have 37 sponsors, and last year's championship game, 915,000 people watched. So we are just like cruising upward with the National Women's Soccer League.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know if you saw the Forbes. There was a headline from Forbes that said, in response to the Coco U.S. Open final, said this was a rare win for women's sports. This is the kind of stuff where I just want to like lady, listen.
And you wrote about that.
I did write about
on
it.
your Substack.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so lazy.
It was such a stupid thing to say.
And she could have said, this is the next, in a pattern of wins.
Right.
Or if she had something to show what she meant by how this was a rare win, I would have backed off. Nothing in her article supported the headline.
Right.
And it just pissed me off. Because I can find you 17, like every day, I can come with you with a stat that shows you that that's wrong.
Right. Hey, haters gonna hate. Hate.
That was
Right?
a Taylor Swift reference for y'all.
Yeah, that's the only one I got. Wait, I'm the problem.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Okay, yep. That's it.
That's good job. That's 2.
Thank you.
Speaking of problems, do you want to do our new segment?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another Taylor Swift quote and I can't. But I did want to bring up another shout out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, good. All good. So we kind of have talked about like NIL money and women's NIL money and stuff like that. And Olivia Dunn, who is an LSU gymnast, is the very top earner when it comes to women's NIL money in college sports right now. She had something to say. I think that she was interviewed by Sports Illustrated. And she said, people definitely discredit what I do. People need to understand that I've worked for everything I've earned. I've spent years building an audience, and brands pay me for what they believe is worth the reach of the demographic that I offer. And I thought that was such a well explained and well put together and concise sentence. It's like, that's like her elevator pitch.
Yep.
You know what I
And
mean?
she's spot on.
Yeah. And that's the new wave of marketing. It's social media.
It's what we talked about for the first 6 minutes of the
Right.
podcast.
And people laugh at influencers. It's always interesting to me how we'll have people like let's say Mary Kay sellers. We all laugh at them. Beachbody. We all laugh at them. It's a pyramid scheme, blah blah. But when men do it, it's like, they're selling rare like internet pictures of themselves dunking.
What?
What are those called?
The NFTs or
The
whatever?
NFTs.
Is that that's not what they were called, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a picture of a monkey.
Do people still buy those, or did that market crash pretty bad?
They
You know
came out with
what?
a report last week, and it's like, okay, they have zero value now. So
Well, who saw that coming?
right.
Me.
Right?
My picture of a monkey is worth nothing now.
Right?
People could screenshot it for nothing.
Thanks, Paris Hilton. But it's like,
It's devalued because
Yeah.
and
because it's an all woman market.
well, and the truth is, and you've said this from the very beginning, that because it's pretty. It is, and I don't mean pretty in the sense of like men, women.
Yeah.
I just mean it's what am I trying to say?
Aesthetically
pleasing.
Yeah.
It feels good to consume. It feels
Yes.
good to look at.
Yes.
And people assume that is less than.
Yes. Consider it like feng shui for the internet.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
true.
mean?
Right.
They've put it together. They've, put filters on it. They have made it look aesthetically pleasing so that biologically we are drawn to it.
Yes, and there's patterns to it. They figure out when to post what. You know what to expect. It's
It's
brilliant.
based on analytics.
Yes.
Hey, analytics. Hey, NFL bros. Hey, MLB bros. It's based on analytics.
Yeah.
The new wave of sports analytics. I mean, what Olivia's doing and what a lot of those top women are doing are marketing themselves.
Yes.
They're selling their brand.
Yes.
They're selling their name, image, likeness.
which is literally what it's intended for.
Yeah. And it's so much less than pay for play than it is with the men. Men are doing pay for play.
Yes.
Women are doing NIL.
Yes.
And that's a fact.
Yes, that's just what
That's
it is.
what's happening.
Yeah, and I don't think we should discredit for Olivia or anyone else for doing what's
Right.
smart from a business perspective.
And I think that if it was switched and the men were doing NIL and the women were doing pay for play, then people would say, well, the women aren't doing it the right way.
Yeah.
The men aren't doing it the right way. They're not doing
it's just
it.
a different market, so
Right.
they get away with that.
Right. This isn't the way that when they came up with NIL, when they approved NIL, it's not the way that it should have been. And we said it's going to be the wild, wild west. And women come in here and do it their way. And all of a sudden it's like, well, she's selling her image. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the mother frickin' point.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good for her. That's the best articulated quote about that I've read.
I
so
thought
I'm
that was
glad
really
you shared
good.
that. Speaking of NIL done the right way, I want to give a shout out to Brent Bloom and Iowa Pork. Did you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so our football players purchase more ham and bacon. I'm sure you've all seen it at this point, but they're standing in front of a tray of ham and bacon.
Yeah.
And like, to me, this is the intent of, I mean, we talked about it. It's selling your image. It's like, that's your name and you've made a play on it.
Yeah.
Like, that is what this is for, to have fun, and the coolest part is they all got NIL deals for their time, and Iowa Pork donated $1,000 to each of their hometown food banks.
I
So
love
this
that.
is great. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forget the pay for play for these guys.
Yeah.
They're getting paid for their pork related names.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out Brent. Great job on that.
Yeah.
And kudos to the eagle-eyed fan who saw them standing next to each other.
Ham and bacon.
Yes, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any more shout outs?
No, I'm ready for a new segment.
Okay, new segment. Alisa, do you want to introduce it? It was your idea.
Okay. So right now, the hot thing that all of the young kids are doing, I wish I would have done this like, oh my gosh, do you remember that guy in SNL that was like, the hottest new club in New York is?
Yes.
Warrior. It's like,
It was Bill Hader.
oh yeah,
Yes.
Bill Hader.
Yep.
You're right. I gotta go watch that tonight. Anyway, so what the young fellows and ladies are doing,
Those whippersnappers.
whippersnappers, yes, is red flags and beige flags. So a red flag is something somebody does that is like, you got to dump them immediately. I think this is it's typically used with dating,
Right.
but so got to dump them immediately.
Yes.
Not
Like
good
run
thing.
for the hills.
Beige flag is something that's like, oh wow, that's like such a unique and an incredible thing that they're doing that's out of the ordinary.
But it typically is just like, that's weird, but it's not bad.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We came to this without talking to each other first because we like to see each other's reactions.
Yeah.
I have a red flag and a beige flag.
Okay.
Do you have a list
No,
of them?
I don't have a list
Okay,
of them.
all right.
Because I had some written down and they were like so last week. And so when we were sitting here, I was like struggling. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to come up with something because I wasn't impressed by those.
Okay.
So I will say my first red flag. Did you see Mac Jones hit Sauce Gardner in the junk?
No.
Between that and all the guys poking people in
What
the
is
eyeballs.
that? Why are we
guys,
doing this?
Stop doing that. It's weird.
It's so weird.
And it's not cute.
What a weird way to show
It's
your aggression.
so weird.
Yeah, I'd rather have you punch someone in the junk, to be
Right.
honest. Like, that makes sense. You're going to poke their eyeballs out?
But like, and when he hit, I saw the alleged video of when he hit him in the junk, and it's just like totally after the play, and he's just kind of standing there, and he's getting up and just gives him a little nut tap.
Oh, I missed that, but
And he got
that is
mad about
indeed
it.
a
But
red
I was
flag.
like, that is a red flag.
Yes, yes. But the eye poking is a bigger red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, I think that I saw Colorado.
It
It was last week.
It was the Colorado State game.
Yep. A lot of eye poking, but I had seen it in another game as well. where
Yeah,
I was
there's been
like,
a rash of the eye pokes.
No me gusta.
No me gusta. My red flag is if you like the Chicago Bears. Oh, no. And I say this I say this being married to a Chicago Bears fan.
I'm gonna push back on that just a hair.
You know what the first red flag was when they got rid of David Montgomery?
Yes. Do you want to defend yourself?
No.
Okay, well,
I'm not proud.
well,
At this point, if you're still cheering for the Bears, you need a psychological evaluation.
Isn't that
Yikers.
Ben, I'm sorry.
Isn't
I'm
that
so
a
sorry.
great test of loyalty?
No, that's
no.
a test of insanity.
Yes, exactly. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
But here's all I'm gonna say.
Say it.
Iowa State's been bad at football. We're all still fans. Loyal forever true.
Yeah, but the difference is things change. There's been some change.
The Bears are trying, okay? Not well.
They got
giving the
Soldier
old college
Field
try.
got broken into this week and had $100,000 worth of like mowing equipment stolen.
So
If that's
Bears are
not-
rich. Green flag.
So, who's in charge of the security there?
Who's in
Justin
charge?
Fields. Justin Fields is also in charge of the security.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to.
Arlington Heights is like, maybe we don't want you guys. Maybe not.
Oh boy,
Are we going to call them the Arlington Height Bears?
I'm going to.
I'm going to. Sorry.
Aiden is pouting
I
in the
know.
corner right now.
I do-
He's got his arms crossed. He's got this look on his face.
I do really love Arlington Heights, though. So shout out to Jimmy's on the corner of what's going to be the new stadium.
I'm sure they're listening.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Hey guys. All right, what's your?
Miss you.
Do you want me to do my beige flag?
Threw up
so
one
you can-
time in between two cars there. It was just like a stomach bug.
I'm sure.
You know?
Yeah. Totes.
Yeah.
Totes.
My other red
Oh, you still have
flag,
another
and
red
I
flag.
want
Okay.
to get your opinion on this. The 70-20 win by the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that?
I saw on Twitter a family who takes a shot for every touchdown that the Dolphins score.
A family.
They had themselves a day.
I bet.
What do you mean? How do I feel
I
about
mean,
it?
how do we feel about running up the score like that?
I do not care at all.
Yeah.
In like Pee Wee softball, I care.
Yeah.
Like, but in the NFL, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. So to me, that's not a red flag.
Yeah.
This just is. Yeah.
Do you think Miami can sustain this?
No.
Okay.
No.
So maybe that's like a yellow flag.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Slow down a little bit.
Just pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes.
Spread the wealth. Beige flag.
Beige flag.
My beige flag is Travis Kelce's mustache. And I say this.
You said you
no,
didn't
no, no,
like
no, no, no.
it.
I have a reason. It's been a red flag for a long time since he cut that stupid thing. But if Taylor Swift can deal with the mustache, it becomes a beige flag for me.
Okay. I don't. Oh, okay.
Beige flag.
I can't.
It's awful.
That's not a beige flag. You didn't understand the assignment.
I understood.
My beige flag. And my husband said the other day that this should have been a Super Bowl commercial, and it totally should have been. It's a bunch of like old from the 90s NFL, like Emmitt Smith is in there, like, and they're all like, should we go back and play? And so then it's them like falling asleep on the bench, or like
Being old.
can't read the playbook, have to put on their bifocals
Or
to read
they go
the
like this.
yeah. And then they all like snap back and they're like, no, maybe you shouldn't. And then it goes to Tom Brady, and I don't know who is with him. Have you guys seen this commercial?
Oh, wait. This is
I
a
have,
current
I
commercial.
don't know who you're talking about.
It's
Let me
a
look it up
current
quick.
commercial,
Oh, okay,
and I
okay.
don't know who he's with. And I can picture him in my head, but I can't remember who it is, but it's Tom Brady, and he's like, should we go back? And the guy's like, no. But like Tom Brady, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it just
He's-
like making fun of himself. I'm like, I like him so much more now that he's out. And I think that if he keeps doing funny stuff like this, and if when the writer's strike is over and they have SNL, if he's on SNL and he's really funny and stuff, that sets him up to succeed
in different ways.
Yes. And when he's like commentating and stuff like that, I thought he was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
I was like, I do not want to hear what Tom Brady has to say. Like, he's boring. He's too analytical mumbo jumbo. It's going to just give me eye rolls. But if he's funny,
This
and
is interesting
self-deprecating?
because I thought like the Tom Brady before he played that last season.
Yeah.
I was like, I love this Tom Brady.
Okay.
But then he came back that final season and it was just a disaster.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like his demeanor. And then the whole breakup with Giselle. And I felt like he lost all of that. And so, but I haven't seen this commercial, but I totally agree with you that if he can start to build that back up, yes, because that's a different side of him.
Yeah. And it was just like a funny commercial and stuff. And I'm like, I want to see him in more commercials.
But I thought your beige flag for him was going to be the fact that he says, should we go back? And you wonder, is he going back?
No, he's not. And that's the other thing is that I think if he can joke about it in that way, he's made up his mind that he's not going back.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he would joke about it on a commercial if he was like, there's a possibility.
Right.
It's Julian Edelman, by the way, was the guy with
hey,
Tom Brady.
look at that poll.
Yeah.
Good job,
Edelman,
Aiden. Yeah. But Tom Brady's red flag is that picture he posted on the bed of just him in his undies. Do you remember this like a year ago?
No.
I woke up and pulled up Twitter and there's Tom Brady in his junk. And I was like, why? I didn't ask for this. Like, put it away. You don't remember this?
No, I do remember your response to it though, because I think you like tweeted, I didn't ask for this. Or you sent it to me or something.
That's his red flag.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I missed a shout out.
Oh, okay.
Ashley Jones is going to be playing in Sardinia.
I also missed a shout out. Okay. You go first.
So she had signed with them back in like July or something to play, but I think that their season is about to start. They kind of did a official like welcome to the team type thing, posted some pictures of her. And I think maybe this is a beige flag. If you are a sports league of some sort,
yes,
NFL, NBA, WNBA, Sardinia, if you post about...
I just laughed and like felt snot. Oh, no. So I'm sorry.
Gyros.
Sorry.
And you tweet about Iowa State, I am not kidding you. I can back this up. Your mentions,
oh yeah, they explode.
They explode.
Yeah,
your engagement on Twitter is going to explode.
That is for sure a beige flag about Iowa State.
When they have posted about like when the WNBA posted about Ashley Jones and her like step back three, their engagement went through the roof. Yes. And it's not even close.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's on par with like championship posts.
If there's one thing Iowa State fans are good at, it is Twitter polls and Twitter engagement.
Yes, Twitter engagement. So I am telling you, anyone listening
from Sardinia,
if you own a sports league, I am telling you, get a hold of an Iowa State player and tweet about it, and your engagement will explode.
She told you.
You're welcome.
My last shout out is Jordan Silkowitz, Iowa State soccer player.
Was that even the right?
Yeah, it was the right game. I hope so. She was playing for the Current.
She
got borrowed to go play she's going to play in Australia for a while. So that'll be interesting for her. A good experience.
I'm trying to think of what they say the Australian accent is.
Hello, mate.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I have nothing else to say.
You just put an R at the end.
Our girls' birthdays are on Wednesday.
They are.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Rosa is 7 and Nora's will be 6. Yeah.
What are you guys doing? What's your theme?
Taylor Swift.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Aiden, do you want to come?
Absolutely.
Saturday. Yeah. We'll see you there.
Rosa requested for the second year in a row a surprise party, which is a mom hack. This is a mom hack.
Oh, so you can just do whatever.
So I can do whatever I want to do. She has zero input.
This is brilliant.
She's not asking me every day how many days until her party because it's a surprise.
Oh, Alisa, you just unlocked the world for me.
It's brilliant. And Arnold's like, I can't believe this girl asking for a surprise party for a second year. This is the last year. And I'm like, no.
You shut your face, Arnold.
Coming from the person who planned this entire party.
Yeah.
This is not the last time it's going to happen. It's happening every year until she's 18.
Brilliant.
Because she has no input. We're having an art party. We're having it at a random park that I found. and we're inviting whoever I want to invite.
That's right. This is brilliant.
We don't have to invite her whole class because guess what?
Yeah.
She doesn't have an input in this.
That's right. This is so smart.
My party.
And I'll cry if I want to.
I pushed her out. This party's for me.
Happy 7th birthday, Rosie.
Happy 6th anniversary of giving birth, Steph.
Thanks.
Because you deserve it.
Thanks. So do you.
Thank you.
It'll be a Taylor Swift bash at our house.
I'm excited to see pictures.
I was trying to flag her down on Sunday to see if she'd stop by, but I didn't get her.
Hey, maybe she's listening. Taylor.
Look.
Taylor.
Trav, what if both of them showed up? Wouldn't that be wild?
I listened to this podcast where they're like, there's a difference between Taylor and Taylor. Taylor.
Trailer is what we're calling him.
Taylor.
Trailer.
Yeah, but that's a different thing.
I get it, but we're
Okay.
full circle. We're wrapping this up.
Okay, trailer. I feel like the second half has to rhyme with trash, but okay.
All right, we're just happy for the lovebirds. We wish them the best. We'll wait for our wedding invitation in the mail. Mm-hmm. Go Cyclones.
Go Stick.